even though the transfer window is still not yet here, as Barca fans right now, we are hearing some news that are flavored to our ears right now, right? We know this team still needs some recruitment. We know that there's certain areas that still need to be fixed. We know that we are not yet the finished article and we're still really, really, really close. And right now, I'm not going to lie, if all of the rumors and all the news I've been hearing is true, then it seems that man like Deco has something planned for the summer. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, guys. Welcome back to Omar Talks Football. And ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the Barca Talk, ladies and gentlemen. Transfer edition. And I got another one of my Kool-Aid brothers out here on YouTube. Man like Warrior Kool-Aid in the building. Man like Jules Kool-Aid. What's going on?
Hi. Thanks for having me on, bro. Pleasure always. Look, like you said, Deco, it looks like he has a plan. And it's going to be a busy summer for Barcelona this summer. I'm excited. I cannot wait for the transfer windows to start after the World Cup, man. Let's get it.
Absolutely. Listen, I mean, look, at the end of the day, Deco has a lot to prove in my eyes, right? I've been one of the people who's been very critical of him since he's been here, right? But I've been hearing a lot of, Deco backers out here telling me, hey, listen, Omar, we have not seen him cook yet. He hasn't really had a lot of, financial freedom to go out there in the summer and get us the players that we need. He's been dealing with all this 101 rule and all of these stuff that he's been having to deal with. Let's give him our opportunity. Let's let him have the money to spend, and then we judge him, right? And listen, with all the talk, they've been saying that in the summer we are going to have more freedom. Not that we're going to have all the freedom, but we're going to have more freedom in the summer to actually go out and spend money due to, our accomplishments and how much money we've been making recently. And also the fact that the stadium is back now to full capacity, right? Everything is looking good, right? We've been hearing a lot of links. Now, we know the areas that need fixing, right? I.e. the defense, right? We need a new striker because, Robert Lewandowski is on his way out. And, other areas as well, the defense specifically, like center backs, full backs, other positions. But listen, I actually made a video with Jonas not too long ago, right? But I wanted to actually talk about it. So one of the big names, obviously, is no other than this man. This man right here has been a man who has been the center of attention of Barcelona. And it's the kind of attention that Barca fans we wanted to see because it is a defensive attention. Man like Alessandro Bastoni. Now, let's be real. We watched the game against Bosnia, right? Everyone is going to be talking about the Bosnia game. Oh, my, didn't you see what happened in the Bosnia game? Yes, we did. It was a red card, right? Very reckless, obviously. But at the end of the day, man, this happens to all the best defenders in the world, man. You have that one game. And here's the thing with Bastoni. He's not this kind of player. He's not like, if you look at his career, he's never been a reckless player that costs his teams. You understand what I mean, right? I feel like he was one of those 50-50 chances, just went wrong, and he got sent off. But even despite that red card, we've been hearing that it has not swayed Barcelona. Barcelona are still looking at him as a priority signing. Now, where are you, brother?
Yes, sir.
This is a big potential defensive recruitment here.
Yeah.
What do you think Deco would do, or what do you think he has to do to get this deal done? Or would you take this deal as the first deal for you to be made?
Yes, I think Barcelona, when you always score goals, our attack is not really an issue, but the way we concede a lot of chances, I'd say, we need to prioritize the defense, and I think Bastoni will be an absolutely amazing signing. I'm seeing a lot of revolution about this guy already after the Bosnia red card. Saying a lot of people saying this is another Araujo. Let's not do this, guys.
No.
Football, the narratives is kind of funny. Like you said, I think this is one of the few red cards he got in his career. Like, I don't even think he got that many red cards, And he's
not a reckless defender at all.
Exactly, and this was a genuine attempt to the ball. This was not even something reckless that Araujo does, So there's levels to this, and this guy will, be our best defender. If you join us, I believe that offensively on the ball, he can carry the ball. His pass is incredible. He doesn't stress under the pressure. defensively as well. He can elevate us. Look what Gerard Martin has done for us. And imagine a 10 times player that Gerard Martin, he will absolutely cook. And add that to the fact that he will link an amazing partnership with Kubarsi. Our build-up will be way easier. The teams will not even try to press us that high, because we have two composed defenders. So I think this will be an amazing signing. But that means if we sign this guy, that means we cannot go for Alvarez. So, we can't pick and choose because it's very, very unrealistic to go for a high
it's a very interesting
cost
take
attacker.
Because, it's a very interesting take because if I go back to this picture right here, this is actually something that Barca Times just brought in like a few hours ago, right? So they're saying that a swap deal could be used to sign Alessandro Bastoni. Now, William, I'm sure you've heard me when I talked about this. I've said this a few times now. I've been saying this. I said this a few weeks ago when we were in the Chaos show. Yeah. I said it on my show with Jonas recently. I'm gonna be very, very honest with you, man. The swap deal that I think potentially we could be seeing is Bastoni and Araujo. That's the one I genuinely see Inter Milan considering. I don't think they would. I mean, we're not gonna swap Kobashi. That one, get it out of your system. Like that is not gonna happen, right? But we're not. They're not gonna accept Gerard Martin unless we offer, I don't know, maybe like a 40 million, 50 million plus Gerard Martin, something like that. Where they can be like, cool, no problem, right? We are not going to offer Christensen because there's no way they're going to take Christensen, right? So realistically, the only player that I can see being part of a swap deal is Ronald Araujo. He's the only one, right? And it's a no-brainer. So, and also here's the thing. For a player like Araujo, I'm going to be very honest, right? I know his stocks are down, but if he goes to Serie A, I think Inter Milan are going to unlock him. And that's why I'm looking at this deal and I'm saying if there is a swap deal, I'm not expecting to give these guys more than 40 million. Heck, I'm not even expecting to give them more than 30 million plus Araujo. I'm sorry, no. I'm sorry, because Araujo has potential. If we give them like 50 million plus Araujo, yeah, we will get Bastoni. But dude, what if Araujo goes there and then turns world class there? So we basically paid them 50 million plus a potential world-class defender. You know what I mean? We would be the losers of this deal. Even if Bastoni comes to Barca and succeeds. Because we'll be like, we give them money and give them a replacement. You understand what I mean? They didn't even have to go out to the transfer window to go get a replacement. They already had it. And I know people are going to be like, oh, Omar, Araujo, world-class, what are you talking about? Listen, many people have short memories. But before 2023, bro, people were putting Araujo up there with the best defenders in the world, bro. So I'm not hearing this. He still has that. He's still that defender, man. He's just not a Barcelona type defender, and you can tell. And we've always known this as Barca fans. That's why sometimes he plays well, but sometimes he has these moments where he's exposed. You understand what I mean?
100%. I agree, man. But let's see. I don't think Inter are even considering a swap deal. I even saw like we can implement maybe Ferran Torres and Alvarez. We will talk about that in a second. But I don't think swap deals, I think football has moved on from that ever since, Alexis Sanchez and Mkhitaryan happened, and Arthur Mela and Pjanic, swap deals rarely even succeed.
Zlatan and Eto'o, man. We've done it before.
And Eto'o as well, and they got the better end of it. He won them the treble. So I don't know if Inter going to consider a swap deal. I will gladly take Araujo for Bastoni, but I think they will demand more money. They will demand at least 20 million on top of Araujo, in my opinion. I think they rate Bastoni that highly. So let's see. I really want Bastoni in my team. He will absolutely elevate us, in my opinion.
100%. But you know what, right? We just mentioned it. You just alluded to him earlier. Julian Alvarez is another one that has been in the radar of Barcelona. We know that that's the big one that a lot of people have been talking about. And a lot of news keeps coming out. Like Fabrizio Romano said this on I think on his YouTube channel, Basically, he said that the name Julian Alvarez still remains in the minds of Barcelona as a dream target. For Atletico, Alvarez is a crucial player and they don't want to sell him under any circumstances. It will also be upon Julian to decide his future and communicate Atletico, right? But Atletico don't want to make it easy for anyone. Now, I 100% believe Fabrizio in this situation because we bought strikers from last time we bought a striker from Atletico was Antoine Griezmann, and they charged us 120 for him, bro. 120 for a player who was 28. And you're talking about Alvarez, who's 26, who they spent almost 80, 90 million to sign. Bro, there is absolutely no way they're going to sell him for cheap, right? And this is for me the toughest out of all of the moves I've heard that Deco is trying to do. This is the toughest one for me, right? But for you, Waria, do you think that there is a shot that we could see him sign in the summer?
No, I don't think it's Deco, I think it's Laporta that actually likes Julian Alvarez, because when Deco wants to sign a player, we already know he's on it, like the Bastoni deal. I think Deco likes him and he's behind it. But Julian Alvarez is only on Laporta, and I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think it's going to happen, man. I don't think Barcelona will even attempt to even sign him this summer. I think it will just be... It depends on if Julian Alvarez forces a move to Barcelona. He has to pushes himself out of Athletic Madrid, but I don't think that's happened as well. And add that to the fact that this is direct rival, Athletic Madrid, Barcelona in La Liga. They will at least tax Barcelona 150 million, I think, bro. It's very, very unrealistic, Omar. It's very, very unrealistic. I don't think it's going to happen. And let's just say it happens. That means the centre-back option will be Marcos Senesi. I think Barcelona will go for a cheap centre-back backup, because if Julian Alvarez, let's say, gets signed, there's no way Bastoni gets signed, in my opinion. I believe that. I think it's very hard. I think it's going to be very, very difficult, because both combined will cost us 200 mil. So unless Barcelona just want to just spend the whole budget on those two players, I'll be more than be my guest. I don't think that's gonna happen. I think Barcelona will be more smart to have to maybe go for left wing as well, back up in case Rashford deal doesn't get. There's a lot of problems nowadays as well. Some rumors.
Yeah, I was going to talk about that for sure.
Exactly. So I think it's unrealistic. Julian Alvarez is unrealistic.
So here's the thing, right? Now, for you personally, right? Because I've already said my opinion on this, right? So I kind of look at the Alvarez thing, and I think we have so much to lose from signing Alvarez than signing Bastoni. And that's why I would go all in for Bastoni over Alvarez. Because firstly, you've mentioned it, Barcelona's problems in not scoring goals. Bro, we have a almost 40-year-old Lewandowski. We've had a misfiring Ferran Torres. We've had a Rashford who's inconsistent. And our only two best key players in the attack is Rafinha and Lamine Yamal. The only two. Even Ronnie Baji, who we signed for 2 million, the guy has been coming off the bench and putting goals and assists. You understand what I mean, right? Our attack always cooks. That is not the issue, right? We can work with any players that we have. We know we can, under this system that we play under with Flick, right? The defense is the problem. And that's why I'm looking at this situation. I'm like, no way. Let's focus on fixing the defense. You understand what I mean, right? The defense should be the priority. The defense has been our Achilles heel for the past 2 seasons, bro. Look at how good we were last season and how many goals we scored and how many goals we conceded. We were conceding goals like crazy, but bro, we were just scoring too many ridiculous amounts of goals to hide our defensive deficiencies. Yeah. This season, we're not scoring at the same rate that we were last season. That's why this season, our defense is more exposed. Now people are really seeing that our defense is bad. Our defense wasn't good last season either. And that's why the Bastoni thing, and also another thing, Inter Milan are open to selling. They are not trying to. I mean, listen, they will take 100 million. Don't get it twisted. They will take 100 million for Bastoni. But what I've been hearing is they're willing to sell him for 50, 60, 70 million. Like if they get offered 70 million, they will take it. That's what I heard. And I'm like, bro, for a player who's considered one of the best center backs in Europe right now, for 70 million, bro, I'm telling you, everyone is going after him. I would not be surprised if the summer. I mean, I know he's not in the World Cup, but I wouldn't be surprised if Real Madrid miss out on Schjeldrup. They could just come in and Barcelona just dial in with the deal. They could just go and just slap the 70 million and just say,
I agree. Like he is going to leave definitely because he's Italy's number one, enemy right now. Ever since he did that stint at Juventus, I don't know if you watched that game where he dived for Kalulu to get sent off. And everyone in Italy hated him after that. He was getting booed in every single stadium away from home. This guy has already been hated before this red card.
Yeah. He needs to leave, man. He needs to leave. Come to Barca, man. Listen, we will love you, man. You will not be booed out here, man. Listen, you'll be a hero, man.
this red card was
Elevate,
just an
man. Listen,
icing
step up.
on the cake. It was just an icing on the cake. I think for his sake, he just have to leave, bro. Because
I'm not gonna lie, bro.
I'm scared for the guy. I'm scared for
I'm not
him.
gonna lie. The fact that you just said that, and after he got sent, oh my god, I am.
Yeah.
This man might actually need security for that first game against Inter.
He has to go. I don't think Italy fans will, show him some mercy. Everyone in Italy, like I said, they hated him before, and this was even. It couldn't have happened for to a worse player, because this guy has already been hated before, and this was the icing on the cake. I think he's gonna leave. I hope he leaves as well. But it depends on how Barcelona, how easy or Deco and Barcelona sweeps.
I mean, for me,
I think 50 million is not. By the way, Fabrizio Mane just came today. He said 50 million is not enough for Bastoni. So I think 60 plus 70 will be it.
No, 100%, right? And definitely some good points. But also, when it comes to like the Alvarez thing, and that's I'm going to just say one last thing. At the end of the day, another reason why I'm going to go for Bastoni over Alvarez is because, quite frankly, I'm going to be very real. This season, I've seen a different version of Alvarez that I just don't think is worth all the hassle he's going to give us in the summer. Because with all the stress that's going to take for us to sign this guy, I'm going to be real. I don't think right now he's not showing me he's worth it, man. Especially this season. Last season he showed me something. This season he's dropped up. Bro, I'm telling you, it's crazy how people have really not noticed how much this brother has dropped. He's really had a poor season. He has, bro. It's just that Atletico Madrid are not in the spotlight like Barca and Madrid are. Like, we can see when Vinny is having a shit season. We can see when Yamal's season was slowing down. We could see all of that. But Atletico, bro, nobody watches Atletico, bro. And the other time we watch Atletico is when Barca and Madrid are playing them. You understand what I mean? How many games this season have we seen this brother go missing? Missing, bro. Like, you know how many times I've watched Atletico Madrid and this dude, bro. Dude, man, full vanishing Houdini movement, man. I'm sitting there like, wait a minute. Sometimes I'm watching the game. I saw the game against
Real Madrid
when they played against, I think, Real Madrid, right? Dude,
he hit the post.
When they spanned the camera on him around late in the game, I said, oh my God, Alvarez is still playing. I thought this brother was taken off at halftime. Where was he this whole time?
And by the way, he was angry, this season at Simeone most of the time when he got subbed, and despite him playing very poor. Yeah, but he showed me attitude that I didn't even like, because I know you want to play obviously as a professional. Every player they hate to get subbed, but brother, you've been playing crap. You have no right to be angry. You should be angry at yourself. He didn't even used to shake hands with Simeone in period that he was having a goal drought. We gave him his first goal of 2026. Ever since that game he had against Real Madrid.
November, September, by the way.
Yeah, September. He cooked that game, but that was the last good game he had. Let's be honest. Like, he went goalless, and we gave him his first goal. I think he's been very, very underwhelming. I don't think he's worth 100 million. I don't even think he's an actual striker, by the way. I don't think he's the profile we even need. I'll take someone, the Harry Kane. I think, Osimhen even ahead of him. That might be a hot take, but I think Osimhen is way better.
I'll take. Listen, I've already made the video with Jonas. I'm not gonna spoil it for all those of you guys who are watching. Go and watch the video. But yeah, I mentioned it there as well. I would take Osimhen over the Liga. But for me, I would take Bastoni over those two attackers, because I know, this is another thing. This is another news that's been coming out, right? So these are some backup options. Now, I'm sure you know who is on screen, considering you are Norwegian. You actually know who this is, right? I don't know how to pronounce his name. I'm going to butcher it.
Schjeldrup,
yes. But yeah, Ashlani, who is not on the picture right now, but Ashlani is another striker who recently has been linked. Now, I've not watched this kid, but they're saying he's a good player with great potential. I'm gonna be real, man. Yeah. I'm not looking for no potential striker. I'm looking for a striker that is ready to score.
He's a left wing, to be honest. Are you talking about Ashlani or
no? Ashlani. I'm starting with Ashlani first. I'm going to talk about my guy here, right? But
yeah. Okay.
Ashlani, he's a great striker, but I don't know if he's ready for Barca. Kind of like I was looking at Ayon. You understand what I mean, right? Where I'm like, maybe you could become a good striker one day, but you need to prove yourself. You need to have few seasons of consistent goals before I can finally trust you to wear the Barcelona number 9. You understand what I mean? Right?
Here.
And that's another option, but I don't know how realistic that is. But a lot of people have just been hyping it up. but I'm not taking it. I'm looking at it like I'm looking at the Etayon deal, where I'm like, people are just trying to, make some paper talk, man. But
I think it's actually realistic, though. If he's on Bastoni, I think Asmani. Yeah, I think, yeah.
But talk to me about Andreas over here right now. Talk to me about him. What do you think about this kid, bro?
I think he's actually amazing, man. I think he's very fast. His dribbling is good as well. He's someone that, loves to, show his pace and, the dribbling all the time. He's more of a PMP. He reminds me of what you say, Victor Munoz from, what you say, the Real Madrid loanee who plays for Mallorca, Osasuna, should I say. I think he's actually good. The reason as to why I prefer Nusa more is because I think Nusa is more technical. This guy, he hasn't that much crazy technical ability, but I think he's someone that's going to give the right back a chaos, a havoc. He will just be on him all the time, And he scored his debut in Norwegian, his first goal, the other week against Netherlands. He scored an amazing goal. I watched him. He came on the last game yesterday. He didn't affect the game that much, but I think he's actually good, man. But he has some controversy around him as well. I don't know if you know. He has a case similar to Asensio.
Whoa, hey, okay.
Yeah. So, you know what I mean? He said some videos there and there, you know what I mean? So it's a huge case.
Hey, listen, man.
I don't know if Barca wants to sign that kind of a player,
Hey, listen, man. No, you know what, man? I might be good on that, man. Because listen, I am not. Listen, man. Listen. We don't need any more controversy, bro. Respectfully, bro. We already got way too much controversy on our name right now, man. We need to stay away from controversy right now, man. Let's just focus on the football. You feel me? Yeah.
Yeah, bro. Focus on that. That's what I said. Give me Antonio Nusa, bro. Give me Antonio
Nusa. Is gonna cost, man. He's gonna cost a lot.
That's true, bro. Let me tell you, this guy has the swagger that Lamine Yamal has. Trust me. When I was watching him yesterday, every time he got the ball, yeah, everyone was standing up, bro. He was the only thing exciting about this Norwegian team. Let's be honest, because Haaland will not be that effective, involved in the game. Ødegaard, when he's missing, no one is going to have the ball on that much as well. Sørloth is not that kind of player. So he's the only, outlet, the thing, that gets you off the seat with this Norwegian team. So I
would love a Nusa for sure. I've said, bro, I talked about Nusa on a blog on a bus in the summer. I was like, give me Nusa. Before he went to that, I was like, bro, because we were being linked with when we were being linked to Rashford, I said, bro, go get me Nusa. Get me Nusa, bro. I've seen enough from that kid to know that kid has potential, bro. If you give me imagine a wing of Yamal and Nusa, bro. The streets that are ready for the world. Listen, man. Listen, Nusa on the left and Yamal on the right. Listen. I grew up under the Diogo Benito Ronaldinho, man. I need that attack of the ballers, man. We're gonna be feasting, bro. We're gonna be feasting. But listen, guys, this is gonna be all we're gonna talk about, guys, in this video, guys. Listen, let us know everything we've talked about, guys. As far as the Alvarez thing is concerned, who would you guys rather sign, guys? Would you rather go for a defender in Bastoni, or would you guys rather go for an attacker like a Alvarez or Osimhen or Aslani, guys? Let us know. And listen, man, big up to every single one of you guys. Big up to my man every single time, man. Like, where you cool it every single time, man. Big up to you, my brother. Listen, make sure you guys go subscribe to his channel, guys. Link is in the collab, guys. He's in the collab. Make sure you guys go and subscribe to him, man. This is my guy, man. You're gonna be seeing him a lot more, man. Big up to him every single time. But ladies and gentlemen, this has been yet another episode of the Barca Talk, ladies and gentlemen. Visca Barca. Peace.
Visca Barca.